You should have studied in an English medium school to speak good English. Or really, is it? Is it necessary to study in an English medium school to speak good English? I never knew. A lot of platforms also saying that you just have to speak for 15 minutes, you just have to speak for 10 minutes daily and you will get to speak fluent English. No. People who tell me मैंने गांव के स्कूल में पढ़ाई की, मुझे English नहीं आती. You cannot learn English from YouTube. You cannot learn English from there. I've been reading all my life. I've been listening to videos. It is green in color. You're trying to say that you have green apples also in the words like light, okay? And you have other words like bright. The power is on. We could do the Hello, welcome to another video on my channel. This is Renee Rose Matthew. Thank you for joining me again. If you're interested, you can always go through the channel description and the video description. So today's topic is all about having studied in an English medium school. I get to hear a lot of people saying generally, usually, and commendably in a very significant way that I did not study in an English medium school and that is why I am not able to speak good English today. Is that the only reason? There are a lot of people who take YouTube videos. Today we are on this YouTube platform. You get to see me through YouTube. So here I see a lot of people from rural village areas who don't have access to good schools, to good education, taking the effort, making the effort to learn English, to read a lot. Some of them say that I've just gone to school till grade 4 or standard 4 and after that I had some books and I'm making an attempt to speak good English. Of course, you would have come across such people. How do they do it? It's only passion and determination. They don't keep complaining. You may know a very few words or maybe a couple of words, but it's possible to make sentences and grow and develop and just become a tree bearing fruits. How do these people do it? I'm not comparing them with some of you who have gone to the local schools or the Sarkari schools. They are not bad in any way, but sometimes when you are admitted in an English medium school, you get an extra chance, an extra opportunity to speak in English because the medium of instruction is English and teachers and students are compelled to speak in English whether they like it or not. But it's not necessary that they know English well because everywhere English is treated as a subject, not as a language. Some students develop all the skills because they have passion. They work towards learning, reading, writing, speaking, everything, all the different facets. And that's how they develop their skills. So don't judge, don't conclude, and don't be so harsh and rude on yourself saying that I was not able to go to an English medium school and that's why I'm not able to speak English. Maybe that could be one of the reasons. Maybe that could be one of the reasons, but that's not the only reason. Okay? Some of you keep saying that इतने सारे वीडियोस देखने के बावजूद आई एम नॉट एबल टू स्पीक इंग्लिश आई डोंट नो इंग्लिश it's possible that you don't know, you're not fluent, but you could be knowing a few words. Why don't you try making sentences? I definitely feel that your methods are wrong because there are a lot of platforms also saying that you just have to speak for 15 minutes, you just have to speak for 10 minutes daily and you will get to speak fluent English. No, the method is very important. Speaking with real people who are better than you in English definitely helps. Speaking is a very good way of practicing your skill. But that's not the only method. You need a good person to help you with the method because if you keep making the mistake again and again, today also you make the same mistake, tomorrow also you make the same mistake with the tense, you are getting rectified maybe thrice, 4 times, 5 times, but you end up making the same mistake. You end up becoming more confident, but not necessary that your mistakes get rectified. Please pay attention to this point. Speaking practice is very important, but the learning methodology is also equally important. So there are a lot of people who tell me मैंने गांव के स्कूल में पढ़ाई की, मुझे इंग्लिश नहीं आती. It's okay. It's fine. That's one of the reasons. But why don't you take the effort now? Do something. Make the task, the goals clearer. That's what I always tell my learners. It's not very easy to focus on the solutions because you know what your problem is. But when you know your problem, you can always think about the solution. And there are a lot of platforms who try telling you that you cannot learn English from YouTube, you cannot learn English from there. I've been reading all my life, I've been listening to videos all my life, but still my English is not good. See, reading and listening, you're receiving there. Are you taking some effort to work on those sentences? After reading a book, how many of you jot down the words and try using it in your conversation? And then enroll for some course. Try to use those words in your conversation. Get corrected by a trainer or a teacher. When you say that you have all the passion in the world to develop your language skills, when you say that I want to develop Hindi or English or Spanish, are you taking the effort? Are you trying to do something about it? Is there anything that you can do about it? Because your method also matters. Some of you say that I've been doing all these things, I've been watching all these videos, I've been listening or enrolling for this course, I've taken so many sessions, but still nothing is happening. What did you do? I just went for the course, I took some classes and I came back. Did you do any reading? Did you do any speaking? Did you take an effort to work on the guidelines? Not really, I was very busy. You need to keep a track of what you're doing. How much have you learned? What is your goal? What is your target? What are you aiming for? I'll give you examples towards the end of this video. Don't worry about that. It's possible that you get discouraged when you have been putting a lot of effort and when you know that nothing is working. When you feel that nothing is working, you need to definitely change your direction. As you know, language takes time. And today you have so much of access to different resources and materials on the internet and everywhere in the form of books. Come on, English is accessible because it's a universal language. You cannot deny that. Even if you like it or not, it is like that. So if you really want to learn the language and if you make some effort, you will be able to learn it. But after taking all the efforts, after doing everything, still if you feel that I'm not able to simply do it, don't do it. Don't learn it, because there are other things that you can do on this planet. If you can't learn English, if you are so irritated, if you're so angry with the language, don't go for it. Because when you learn any skill, when you put in some hard work, you need to enjoy it. If you're not in a position to enjoy, please don't go for it. It means that you're doing it for somebody else. If you're going to learn a language for the purpose of work, if you're going to do it for somebody else, if you're just going to learn English for promotion's sake, without enjoying it, without having any interest in it, you shouldn't feel disgruntled by any chance. I'm not saying they should always feel positive, because sometimes I also give up. But I give up at the same time I rise also. When I feel that I'm not able to do something, I told you that I did a course recently. Sometimes I used to feel, oh, I'll just finish it off, that's it. I'll have that attitude sometimes. But that will last only for maybe 10 minutes. After that, I'll come back with more energy. I'll make sure that I complete it. So enjoying the process is important. I'm just trying to tell you that enjoying a process will definitely help you. Take a break, drink a cup of coffee or drink something that will always satiate and quench your thirst, or eat something that you like, go for a walk, take a break in a way that you like, and then come back to it. You can always try framing very short sentences. I am here. You are there. I went out. I am in the garden. I am walking. You are singing. If you notice, only 3 words or 4 words are there in the sentences. Now this guideline is for people who feel that I'm just not able to do it. Make these short sentences daily. Okay? What you need to do is write down the words on slips of paper. Just have it next to you And every day as you come across the words, try to frame sentences. Okay, so suppose I have a slip like this, okay? The word is describe. You can just write it on slips like these and keep it upside down. This is just a sample. I've been using it for my classes. This is just one method. So you can try making a short sentence. Describe a fruit. That itself is a very short sentence. Describe a fruit. It's like a question in itself. You can try answering it. Okay, my favorite fruit is apple. It's red in color. Sometimes it is green in color. You're trying to say that you have green apples also in the market. But if you can't make long sentences, try to go for short ones because it makes sense. Okay, if you have other words as these, as I showed in the beginning, you can make very short sentences, as I told you in the beginning. So you have words like light, power, okay, and you have other words like bright, together. Yes, try to frame very short sentences with these words. The lights are on. Oh, it's bright now. The power is on. We could do the work together. Something like that. Now here there's no context. I was just trying to form short sentences without any context. I tried connecting the words to the idea of switching on lights or switching it off, whatever you want to put it. You don't have to connect it to a context every time, especially as a beginner. If you are an advanced learner, if you are slowly progressing, you can definitely connect it to a context because that really helps. You cannot aim for fluency and pressurize yourself to become flawless in English, to become fluent in English on day one itself. Fluency keeps improving. Even for advanced learners, fluency is definitely an action point. It's something that you have to work on. Even I am working on my fluency. You cannot say I took sessions for 30 days, so now I have become very fluent in English. But in the beginning itself, do not say I'm not fluent in English, I'm not able to do it. Fluency will come to you. You don't have to run behind it. And don't go behind all these marketing trends and claims, things that always keep claiming that if you speak for 10 to 15 minutes every day, you'll become fluent in English. You will progress. You will become better, but the method is very important. Sometimes even if you speak for 10 minutes without getting corrected in the proper way, you will not become fluent. I can always tell you that. If the method is wrong, if you just speak to yourself for 10 minutes every day, if you are not corrected in the right way, if you keep making the same mistake for all the 35 days or 40 days, are you going to improve? You need to keep a track of what you're doing. You need to evaluate yourself. I'm not speaking about examinations and assessments and paperwork. No. It's more about how much you have done. You need to feel the difference when you speak to others. Don't always stand on square one and say, I'm not able to do it because I didn't go to a proper school. I didn't study in an English medium school. Definitely studying in an English medium school is an extra opportunity. It gives you extra chances to speak in English, but it's not that's the end of the world. Don't get dominated, don't get pressurized by this rat race. Enjoy the process and just be yourself. You can definitely do it. And if you're not able to do it completely, don't worry. No worries. Okay, don't put pressure. Take it slowly, step by step, and I'm very sure that you will reach success. Happy learning.